Wow, Donald Trump is on a tear against Republican Congressman Chip Roy of Texas, because Chip Roy is actually one of these guys who still pretends to be a fiscal conservative. He still pretends to be a principled guy. And I say pretends because he voted for Donald Trump, right? So you can't, with any credibility, claim to be a fiscal conservative, yet vote for Donald Trump, who is the biggest debt spending president in all of American history. So it's all pretend. But, I guess at least he pretends. The rest of them don't even pretend anymore. They don't even pretend to have any principles. Certainly Donald Trump doesn't. And Donald Trump wants to completely get rid of the debt ceiling. And if we're just going to raise it, he wants it raised now. He wants the debt ceiling massively raised right now while Joe Biden is president. So he can say he had nothing to do with it. But what he really wants is to completely eliminate it. Because Donald Trump, as I said, biggest debt spending president in history, and that was in the first term. This term is going to be a million times worse, because this presidency, Trump 2.0, or really Elon Musk's first term, is going to be the biggest grift in human history. So he and his buddies are going to be raiding the Treasury, and all of his policies that he's promised to enact would hugely increase the debt. I mean, the massive tax cuts that are going to go primarily, if not exclusively, to the super rich, that's going to dramatically decrease the amount of tax revenue we have coming into the Treasury, which is going to obviously massively increase our debt spending. And those tariffs that he's going to slap on everything, well, that's going to cause other countries to slap tariffs on our stuff. Our producers are going to be hit with these massive tariffs, and their business is going to dry up. And so Donald Trump will probably do what he did in his first term, and that is bail them out. The American taxpayers are going to pay American producers for essentially not producing anything because they can't sell it abroad. Because we're in these trade wars with other countries because of Trump's tariffs. So that's going to cause debt spending to dramatically increase, and on and on and on. There's so many things that he's going to do that's going to massively increase the debt. And so Donald Trump wants to get rid of the debt ceiling completely, so no one even pays attention anymore. Because the only time we ever even talk about the debt is when we hit up against the debt ceiling. And at least Washington has to confront their massive debt spending. But without the debt ceiling, no one's going to say a word about it anymore. And Donald Trump and his phony, the phony fiscal conservatives in the Republican Party will be free to just spend as much as they want and as much as the billionaire class tells them to. And our debt's going to go through the roof, and no one's going to even notice. And no one's going to notice until we have economic disaster as a result. But that's exactly what Donald Trump wants. He wants to run up as much deficit as fast as he can to help himself and his billionaire buddies, and he wants nobody to even notice. That's MAGA.